Well. Hello, everybody. I hope you are all having a fantastic evening. Welcome to Worthy Wednesdays with Latresa. I am so excited that you all are here. Let me know that you're here. Put a purple heart in the comment section. Let me know you're present. If you're catching this on replay, put hashtag replay in the comment section so I can come back and just greet you. Again, I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. We got another fiery topic on tonight. All right. So this Worthy Wednesdays with Latresa segment, we're talking about 5 ways to experience peace while writing. 5 ways to experience peace while writing. How many of you are kind of like me, and you didn't feel like writing? I'm going to go all the way back to the first book right now, but didn't really want to write the first book because of some of the intense things that I needed to put in the book, some experiences that I had that I didn't even want to revisit. When you're writing something, you have to go back and try and remember as many details as possible. Memory can be fickle sometimes. So another fear with regards to writing the book was, what if I don't get everything completely accurate in the book? What would happen? Well, at that point, here's the thing. What if you don't finish what you need to finish so that somebody else can have the tools they need to live a successful life? The book that God is birthing through you is essential, and you have to find a way to transcend the fear that you have so that you can get the task done, get the writing done. But how do you have peace in the midst of the storm, if you will, of writing your story? The story itself can cause some pain if you are like me and you've dealt with some hardships. Let's say you lost your parent before you were 18 years old. Let's say you lost a loved one. It could be a spouse. If you are like me, let's say you lost someone else. You have significant losses consistently over your lifetime. At least that's my story. And if you are like me, there's probably some turmoil and some pain in the midst of you trying to write a story, in the midst of you trying to tell your story in order to help somebody else and receive a residual income while you're being a blessing to others. In the midst of that, there's some turmoil, there's some hardship. And if you do not properly plan for that turmoil before it manifests, then you're not going to complete the book. So how can you have peace in the midst of writing? The first thing that you're going to need to do in order to have peace in the midst of writing your story is portray truth to the best of your ability. So put in the comment section P-portray truth to the best of your ability. What does that mean? Well, we already know that memory can be a little fickle. Let's just be real. Sometimes we remember some things and some other folks around us and they say, oh, I don't remember it happening that way, right? If you have, one of the things that I did with the first book, I asked a few people to read it for me before I submitted it, right? People that I trusted. Can you read this before I submit it? And these were people who either lived with me through some of the events that are in the book, and they were able to say yay or nay, that type of thing. And then I had to do the best that I could do with what I can remember, right? If you allow the enemy to block you from writing your story because of the fear of not being completely accurate, then guess what? You allow the enemy to also block somebody else from prospering from the story that you can only tell. So if we're going to have peace while writing, we have to first portray truth to the best of your ability. To the best of your ability. I mean, you're writing it out as best as you remember your truth in your book. And then you can have some other people that you ask to read it that you trust. The reason why I'm saying that you trust is important. And these are people that you trust, and these are people who've been present during some of the events in this book. That's important because you don't want somebody to review your book, take it and copyright it, and now it's their book and you wrote it. That is still real when it comes to writing. So if we're going to have peace in the midst of writing our story, we have to first portray truth to the best of our ability. That's the first step. The next thing that you're going to need to do in order to have peace while writing your story is erase all false requirements and pressure regarding your writing. So put in the comment section erase all false requirements and pressure regarding your writing. Who said that your book has to be a bestseller? Who said that you have to have over 10 years of writing experience to write your story? Who said that 500 plus people have to buy your book in order for it to be deemed a success? All these false requirements and pressures that we put on ourselves block us from finishing the task of writing our story and cause immense stress where peace is available. So if you're going to have peace in the midst of writing your story, you're going to need to first portray truth to the best of your ability. Get some people that you trust to read your work, right? Erase all false requirements and pressures regarding your writing. Next, let's go for number 3. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Number 3, put in the comment section adapt to the challenges that writing your story presents and move forward. If you're going to have peace in the midst of writing your story, you're going to need to adapt to the challenges that writing your story presents and move forward. What am I talking about? Let me tell you. When I was writing the first book, Gate to Life, You Choose the Life You Shall Experience, the book was lost. What do you mean lost? I mean, I had typed all this information in, and then my computer, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find the book. It didn't save it. I couldn't find the book. But I had to adapt to the challenges, right? Adapt to the challenges that writing your story presents. So what I started to do was email myself copies of the book each time I would write. So I'm writing and I'm going to send another email and I'm going to put a different number next to it, right? Just in case it gets lost somehow, because technology can have all kinds of issues. Your book is going to change lives drastically because of the story that God has given you to tell. And guess what? The enemy is not happy about you telling your story. So it could be all kinds of challenges that may rise up in the midst of you writing your story. You have to plan for it. You need to adapt to the challenges that writing your story may present. And that is one way I adapted to that challenge. The fourth thing that you need to do if you're going to have peace in the midst of writing your story is commit to the process. You have to be committed. Nothing gets done without commitment. Nothing gets done without commitment. When you decided that you were going after the job that you have, you committed to completing the resume and submitting it. You committed to going to the interview. And when you received the job, you committed to going to work every day. Nothing happens without commitment. The same thing is true with regards to writing and publishing your story. You need to commit to the process. So first, we need to portray truth to the best of our ability. Second, we need to erase all false requirements and pressure regarding your writing. Third, we need to adapt to the challenges that writing your story presents and move forward. Fourth, we need to commit to the process. And last but not least, you need to envision a healed future. If you are going to have peace while writing your story, you need to envision beyond what you're currently experiencing. What does it look like when the book is finished? What will it look like at the book release party? What would it look like when somebody actually receives the book and starts to implement the tips and things that you have within it? What would it look like for you? How is your health? How are you physically? How are you mentally? How are you spiritually? You need to envision a healed future. So I hope this has blessed you, and it's time for you to have peace while writing your story. If this has been a blessing to you, feel free to share it on your page. Make sure you tag somebody else. Make sure you join my YouTube channel because these videos will be available on my YouTube channel as well. I'll put that in the comments section. Another thing, I just want to let you know that on January 29th from 11 to 2 p.m., I am hosting the From Thought to Plan intensive book writing workshop. If you are saying to yourself, I am ready to write my story, but I just don't know how. I don't know how to write it. I don't know how to publish it. This is the workshop for you. It's 3 hours intensive. We're going to learn how to copyright. We're going to learn how to write and structure our stories. We'll learn some marketing things. There's so much stuff packed in those 3 hours. I only have space for 10 people. So once those spots are filled, that's it for this. This is only offered a few times out of the year. So if you're interested, put a comment in the box. Put I want more in the comment section. I'll reach out to you. If you are interested in that workshop and you put I want more, I'll reach out to you. If you're not, but you know somebody that is, tag them. Share the video with them. Thank you all for joining. Again, I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. Let's heal, let's write, and get these stories out together. Love y'all. Have an amazing night. Bye-bye.